Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and Rylord Ferron Drake has issued a challenge to me for a duel, so here we go. I'll give him my feet, I'll undock, and then I'll tell him to come warp to planet 6, and we'll see who of us is the better man, good sir. Let's see, undock. I'll quickly take planet 6, warp within 0. Warp to planet 6, any range, not 0. Activating my damage control. I'm taking the same Tristan as the one I won the duel against my brother with. Standard cookie cutter brawling Tristan, really. Just go in close, try and whip and scram him, and then blaster with drone damage. Let's see how that works out. If I'm not mistaken, I'll also ask him to post his feet. He did so earlier, but I think it was a condor, so let's keep an eye out on the grid. And there we go, challenge accepted, indeed a condor, so I'll be able to check that out later. And there he comes, Rylord Ferron warping in, and here we go. So he's already targeting me, that cheater, so I'll have to go for pilots, invite to duel, orbit at 500, start browsing that, launch my drones. Let's have a look at what that condor can do. My drones will be engaging, and that's half my shields gone from one of his volleys. I have yet to do any damage. His second volley coming in. I'll have to start my my reps, and of course I am losing quite a bit of. Here we go. Might be able to. Damn it! I'll have to try and approach him. Let's see. That's a bit surprising. I'll burst that one. This is a slower fight than I had expected, and he's got an enormous speed advantage on me. He's staying well out of range, so obviously I'm gonna try and catch him. Not sure if I'll be able to. That should be closer. Keep approaching. Damn it! Almost caught him. Almost caught him. Need to do some manual flying. Need to do one more bursts of my damage control. I hope he's shield tanked so that I can try and take care of him. Come on, slow down. Damn it! Missed him again. Let's try to reapproach. Try a couple bursts, and I'll have to use. I think I'll have to try and catch him with overloading. Have little choice left here. He's not firing that much, of course. My drones do have a bit of an advantage. Re-repped, running out of cap. Let's see if I can catch him with an overloaded mid rack. Come on. This is a nice, pretty long duel. Think I'm gonna have him now. Come on. Let's hope he can't micro warp drive out of this again. His shields are gone. And I have enough speed from my micro warp drive burst to get past him. This is working nicely. He's in structure. I decided to switch to one of my warriors. Bad choice. And there he goes. Good duel, man. Good duel. Let's loot the wreck. This is an official victory, I have to say. So I'll quickly take that damn wreck. Oh, pretty good duel there. I think I flew pretty well. He made the mistake of switching to my drones, or trying to switch to my drones, but I don't think he'd be able to hit that with the missiles too well. So let's grab his stuff, and then I can consider making a condor of my own. Let's dock in the station. Yeah, there you go, damn warriors. That's the Tristan enormously buffed because of those 5 warriors it can field. Yeah, Tristan buffed hard. But that was a good duel, Rylord. Thank you very much for that. I'll dock up, should be able to do that just now. and repair my ship, which I did. Nerf, please. which I did ensure because I wasn't sure about this fight. I'll quickly cover the feats so we can have a look at that. And but that was a good duel, pretty decently long fight. So let's have a look at his feat. 3 arbalists, light missile launchers. I might be interested in the meta of those. Meta 4, so yep, and then small clarity ward booster, tracking disruptor 1. Obviously that's not gonna help against my drones. Limited micro warp drive and a warp disruptor. Ballistic control system for more damage. His volleys did do a decent amount of damage, and nanofiber structure. That's of course a good advantage. You can field a shield tank and then still have those low slots. And he had rigs, unfortunately, small low friction nozzle joints, 2 small core defense shield extenders, and inferno light missiles, whereas I was in my Tristan one. So yeah, once again, I think it was Tech 3 blasters, micro warp drive, scram and whip, and then a standard tank here, plug the hole, repair system and damage control, antimatter charges, and 5 warrior ones. And I did have to overload my mid rack to catch him, and once that was done I had to whip and scram on him. The fight was basically won, but good duel, and thank you very much. I'll see you for the next one, which is actually right now, because Ryload invited me to a second duel. So I'm already in warp towards planet 6, and I asked him to warp there as well. Now, I was already checking out the footage for the first duel on my second computer, so unfortunately my microphone was turned off, so I have no direct comment on this second duel. He was in a Merlin, and I once again took my brawling Tristan out. He warped in at 10 on me this time, so I decided to lock him up because he did the last time as well. But then I noticed he hadn't locked me up just yet, so I was like, am I going to start with his advantage? Well, no, I'll unlock him and then I'll invite him to the duel, and in the meantime he happens to lock me. So yeah, that was, we'll have to decide on a rule on that. Still, he accepted the duel, so we went straight on there, launched my drones, and he went straight for me. So obviously his Merlin was also brawler fit, and our first few shots at 5 kilometers just glanced off our shields, but once we came close to each other, the brawl was on, and we started taking good chunks out of shields. He quickly put me into armor, and he still held on at half shields, and at this point I'm panicking a little bit because my armor is dropping really quickly, so I'm overloading, and I'm actually trying to get away here, trying to mitigate some of his close range damage. I'm already in structure, and his shields had ripped quite a lot back. Luckily for me, though, my warriors are doing some really good damage on him, and my overloaded armor repair keeps pulling back. Very, very close right there. He does explode, and I have just a sliver of structure left with the final rep of my armor repair going off. So this was a very, very close duel with 2 brawler fit ships, my Tristan and his Merlin. But to the victor go the spoils, so I loot his wreck with just a few seconds for my weapons timer to go away, so I can duck up to the station. But this was a very good duel as well, completely different from the first one though. Both ships were fitted for the exact same job, pin down your opponent and then do a lot of close range damage. So this was really a race against the clock, a race against each other's damage and ability to rep. And my Tristan came up on top, but definitely not by a lot. So that was pretty good. I decided to warp back to the station. And if I'm not mistaken, when I land on the station, I'll see a Ryload in his spot. So it's once again something you have to keep in mind whenever you accept a duel, that this timer remains for 5 minutes, and you can be potted, so that's completely legal. Of course, I'm not a scumbag, so I'm not going to do that, and he could duck up right here, no problem. But yeah, it's definitely something to keep in mind for these duels. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen, just because people aren't informed on that. So I think next up I'm taking a look at his Merlin fit. Let's see if I can find it back there. Yep, it's the Dubstep Merlin. 2 light iron blaster ones, and there's no meta on that, so that's actually pretty interesting, because with some meta guns he might have been able to do more damage. And then also a light neutron blaster one. I think this is due to the CPU and power grid of his Merlin, that he decided to go for different guns. I really put up the maximum there, but no meta stuff. So honestly, with some better guns, this might have gone the other way. In his mid slot, he's got 4 of them. He's got, in the meantime, yeah, it's definitely the overload of my low rack that saved me. But in his mid slot, he's got basically a mirror set of mine with engine innervator, which is a web. He also has a Scram 1MN micro warp drive and a shield booster, which is basically my tank in the low slots. In his low slots, he's got increased damage, and then a diagnostics system, which I'm not sure what it does. Surprisingly enough, he does have rigs, anti-thermal and anti-EM rigs, which is a bit surprising to me, because my Tristan is still doing these duels without any rigs, because those are pretty expensive. And I was really thinking, as I started with the idea of doing some duels in EVE Online, to keep it really cheap and really simple. But yeah, it does show that 5 warrior ones, 5 small drones on a frigate is very, very powerful. But this, once again, I think was a pretty good duel, and it's basically what I'm looking to do with you guys. So if you want to duel me, let me know in the comments, or join the EVE Duels channel, and I will try and do as many as I can. And I'll see you all next time.